Hey guys, today we have the best speaker who has ever spoke in the podcast we are making, Nauraj Bhatt. So basically, we are going to talk about the situation how we can utilize the present situation to our fullest. Many people are distancing themselves from socially, but they are not distancing them from social media. They are they have enough time, but they are misusing social media, and they are using the social distancing as, but they are not distancing socially. So
Yeah.
we have Nauraj Bhatt, who is going to talk about how we can utilize this time.
Okay. Thank you, Bhuvan, for introducing me in this and like giving this opportunity to talk and to share my ideas in front of these people. So as Bhuvan already mentioned about the social distancing and social media distancing, there is vast difference between these, but and there is the similarity also. In every differences there is some similarities. So as Bhuvan said that we people are maintaining the distancing, social distancing. We have to maintain distance. We have to be in lockdown. So but what about lockdowning our mindset? Unlocking some creativeness means lockdowning our old belief system and that social media using behavior, and unlocking our creativity by reading books, as one mentioned, listening some audios, making some this kind of podcast so that people can understand and can aware, be aware themselves. So for that, we have to think, ourselves that what we have at the moment and what we can gain after these situations, because too many opportunity gonna come in on the way. In this situation also more people are being stressed, and they are in like a kind of illusion. Oh my god, my job is going away, my family is in the loan, and my I'm not doing nothing, like, oh my god, this is stressful, and they are just gathering the peoples and drinking wines, like doing some difficult or bad things. But why not we have to think at this moment about educating ourselves so that we can unlock our creativity.
Exactly, man. When the bad situation comes, we lock down the supermarkets, we lock down the home, we lock down the community center. But what about the bad things that come in our mind?
Exactly.
Do we lock down our mind or not? Probably we don't. We think we are right at every situation. This is the time we have to think. What we are doing is we have to lock down few things in our mind. We have to lock down the few friends we have.
Belief system.
We have to lock down the belief system that we used to carry.
Exactly.
Yesterday I was talking to one guy and we are having discussion. And what I thought at that moment is, what's your native language? Just I'm asking you, what's your native language?
Nepali.
Nepali. However, how much you learn English, how much you learn other language, what's gonna be your native language?
Nepali.
That's the belief system. No matter how much we learn new things, our belief system gonna be old. We have to lock down that system.
At the same way, we are locking down ourselves as a
Exactly.
So
So at first I just asked you about social distancing. We are distancing ourselves from social connection. Physically we are distancing ourselves from other people. But what about social media distancing at this time? How do you take social media distancing at this point of time? Nora, how are you distancing yourself from social media?
yeah, exactly. Like it's all about the habit, guys. What we are doing in the daily basis become our habit, and what our habit is become our mindset, and what our mindset become our belief system. So as already one mentioned that to locking down our old belief systems, to uplift the new belief systems, and to create the new belief systems in our life, so that we can lead our life after this crisis in a new way. So what we are doing here is such kind of event, such kind of like platform, creating ourselves, and associating with the people, and sharing our visions. And so as like asking about the importance of like locking ourselves from the our social media, maintaining the social media distancing means to do something better. We have to do so. We have to live something. So like, yes, we have to use social media. Yes, we have to communicate with our family. Yes, we have to do something better. But why not using the social media in the different prospect? How we are using before? We are using like to like some like pages, to like to see some news, like garbage. What we are doing is social media is becoming garbage to our mind nowadays. But one, uh, sharing, how we can use that social media in different perspective is, sharing some good things, positive vibrations through the social media to the people who are in the lockdown situations. What we are doing at the moment is we are making some videos and we are making some podcast so that people we can make people aware, and we can show the people that we can do these things also, and share on the Facebook or share on the page so that people can learn and they can also do the same things. So
Exactly.
this is the good way one what we are doing. I think we can do this kind of things. At the same time we can maintain our social media distancing and do this kind of things in a different perspective.
Exactly. I just want to mention about you in this podcast. Like, many people are saying like social distancing is necessary. Not at this moment, like it was necessary before 2 to 3 years ago. But now, at this situation, while we are distancing ourselves from socially, we are distancing ourselves. But we have to, like the only way of communication is social media.
Mhm.
At this moment, we can connect to the people we haven't talked in like 3 to 4 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the old friends we used to talk, we can
Yeah.
just have conversation with them, because of the busy schedule we can't talk to many people like this. But this social distancing being us age, like, we can be connect we can connect to as many people as you want. There is time, there is social media, there is everything we can use to connect to the people that, you know that we had good connection before,
Yes.
that we didn't talk to in a, like, that we didn't talk to in a, like, in many years. We can connect to them through social media.
Exactly, exactly. Very, very great idea, everyone. What I have understood by this crisis of around us, what I have got as my awareness is, uh, there is no, power of these physical, things in this universe at all. Because what everyone understanding at the moment is we are just associating, we are just attached to the outside environment before, company, business, friends, but we are not concerned with our family. I can surely say that in a day a person cannot even stay with their families 3 4 hours, more than 3 4 hours cannot stay. Why? Because of that, disturbing mind, because of their business, because of their friend outside environment, because of their cars, like that. But this situations has taught us that we have to be concerned from our inside, inner peace. That inner peace come from our family, inner peace come from our, closest peoples around us. We have to give the time. This nature or this situation have taught us that we have to learn from the nature also sometime. So this is more, what we are. We are being isolated, but we are not being isolated from ourselves. We have to dive inside of us to understand what is the strength of me. This crisis may, decline our, decline our, property, may decline our, resources of many things, but this situation really can lead ourselves from inside. This is the best time to, dive inside of us, to know ourselves, what's the value of me, and to connect with the people from me. What we are doing before is we are connecting, ourselves from the outside source. We are not being connected before, but what we can do at the moment is we can understand our value, we can understand our strength and connect ourselves with others from inside. This is the best way to do the things. As one said, we can communicate with the people before we didn't. So so this is the best time one.
Man, I was just thinking, while you were talking about, like, knowing ourselves at this moment, like, just imagine ourselves, man. The thing that's happening at the moment, they are not, like, the permanent things.
Exactly.
Like the job we have, they are just created by some people. Like few years ago, people created job.
Exactly.
Few years ago, people created something, and we are attached to those things. We don't know ourselves at this moment. See, and many people are doing job from home at this moment.
Mhm.
We can't separate from those things, man. We have to think outside box at this moment of time. We have to see what opportunity out there, what we can do, how we can change things. I was listening to one audio and recently, and what I learned from that audio is, like, only human cannot grow to the fullest. Every animal in this world, every plant in this world grow to their fullest. beside human. Have you ever seen a plant? Like how tall a plant can grow? As much as it can. How bigger a giraffe can grow? As much as it can. But how about human? How much we can grow? As much as we want. But we are not growing
Yes,
ourselves.
this is the
This is the
amazing
time,
point.
as Nora said, this is the time to know ourselves, explore ourselves, dive into ourselves, learn from ourselves, and help others. This is the situation we have to be mentally, like taught, mentally that we have to create that positiveness in our brain so that we can distance ourselves socially, but there is power, there is frequency that transferring from our brain, transferring from our heart.
Mhm.
That cannot be removed. Like we have to be, we can be positive as much as we can. We have to be positive as much as we can at this moment.
Exactly. I want to lead the point you said that about the plants and about the human existence. Plants are growing as much as they can, but we are not growing as much as we can. Do you know why? What I think one
Why?
is what I think why is we have the limitations because of the external source. What we are doing at the moment is we are comparing ourselves. The comparisons with the other external sources with this human body is is one of the like worst thing what we did in our life, what we do in our life. Because have we ever seen that plant comparing with another plant to grow?
Never,
No,
man.
no.
Like
A giraffe, you are comparing with another giraffe to grow, but what we are doing is our growth, our success, we compare with other people's.
exactly.
So we are just limited by so much. Like if we see Bhuvan has a like branded car, Bhuvan has a life. What I think is, oh man, I have to live the life more, little bit more than Bhuvan. What that mean is I'm limited by a little bit more of Bhuvan lifestyle. So I'm not living my lifestyle. Most of the peoples around us, more than 95%, I want to surely say that these peoples are living the life, like led by someone else. And what it means is we are associating more outside than inner side. We are forgetting our strength. We are like leading someone's strength, and we are living the lifestyle that what others lives.
Exactly.
So what we are doing is we are making ourselves limited by these external sources. And as Bhuvan said, this is the one of the bestest time ever human existence have got to explore ourselves,
Right.
to understand the strength and to compare ourselves what I had and what I have to do after this.
Exactly, man. Like what? Let's imagine, like in First World War, in Second World War, what our grandfathers did.
Mhm.
Like the government want them to fight the war, and they went to fight the war.
Mhm.
What our governments want at this point of time? Just stay at home, just wash hands.
Mhm.
Man, we are like crazy at this moment. We have to do job. We have to do jobs. What about the? Imagine about our grandparents, man. They have to go to the war because the government wants.
Mhm.
Now, the only thing government wants is stay inside home, wash your hands, stay positive. And now we are like we have everything we can. Like I was just going through Tony Robbins podcast, and what he said is like in past our brain was designed to get crisis every day. We have to fight for food every day. Our grandparents, they have to fight for food every day. And now we can get food easily. We have to fight for job. Now crisis is in job. Now we think like food can be we can get food easily. We can get everything easily. We can get this microphone, this mobile, this water, this everything book easily. But in past there was a part in our brain like crisis. It was like it was designed to overcome the crisis. At the moment that part doesn't work in our brain, and when the crisis comes, what we think is we cannot do anything.
Exist.
We cannot do anything, and we just get more fear because we can't cope with that crisis. So what nature does, what I think is what nature is doing at the moment is just preparing that part. Like if another crisis came, how we can
Preparing
go through-
ourselves.
Yeah, we are preparing
bigger-
ourselves.
bigger crisis.
Bigger crisis. This is the smallest crisis, man. There are gonna be bigger crisis than this.
Definitely.
For sure, man.
And so we have to be prepared ourselves, guys. We have to own something from ourselves. Like what Bhuvan said already. Like about talking about these problems are not temporary. Like what I have learned from these situations, many situations in my life and experiences is, problems are temporary. We don't have to take them as like permanent and personally. Even if these situations, this is the adversity, but we can seek for the opportunity. People are stuck with the adversities, and they are just looking for the solutions, even if there is no problem. Like what's happening here is we have a problem, but we are seeing the solutions, guys. Without problem, how we can see, like solve the solution or get the solution?
Like
So
in this moment of crisis, like who can help us to go out of this crisis? The one thing is government, another thing is doctors.
Mhm.
What we can do is just follow them. What we are doing is it like we are giving advice to them at this moment. You have to do this, you have to do that, man.
Even more powerful countries like Italy and America has surrendered their self towards their like health system. It means they have a lot of technological resources. Even if they have such kind of resources, they are like they have already surrendered themselves. That they have to go through some isolation, some lockdown process. Why not us, guys? Lockdown or isolation does not mean we are isolated from ourselves. If we once realize we are isolating from ourselves, this is not existing anymore. It means, to be honest, what I'm seeking is, what I'm thinking is, this is the best time to understand ourselves, to explore ourselves, to impact others ourselves from
Like
ourselves.
in the morning, I was talking to you, and what you are saying is everyone knows they are going to die. They
Yeah.
are going to wear the the
Mhm.
the mala, the wood.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Everyone knows they are going to die. Everyone knows, but they are getting they are feared from the death at this moment.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't have to be feared from death.
Yes, this is the amazing topic, one. Thank you.
I was thinking like everyone knows they are going to die one day. Why they
Exactly.
fear like
Yeah.
at this point of time?
Like we have two perspective in every human beings, in every process. We think in a positive way and the negative way. Like let us consider. Like we know, for example, we
Mhm.
for example, there is there is there is certain that we are going to die tomorrow. Example, we are going to die tomorrow anyhow. We will have a two perspective at the moment. Till tomorrow, once within us will seek for some happiness, joy. I have to enjoy for tomorrow. I have to live a life I didn't like live till now. But one the second part of us will see, oh my god, I'm gonna die tomorrow. Oh my god, you will die before the date.
Exactly, man.
Look, this is the two perspective, guys. Like this is the belief system one.
And the the only thing that makes us fear is the fear.
Yes.
There is none other thing, man. That we how we can take that fear, man. How we can take this situation, like few people are enjoying this moment, isolating themselves and connecting to many people.
Yes.
Few people are like worried about jobs, worried about other things, man.
Worry about their life.
Worried about their life, like they are going to die. Everyone going to die one day, man.
Yes, what I mean means is like our one only our like the like sharing our learnings to every one of you is just enjoy the moment, guys. Don't be stressed about the futures and don't be regret about the past. Like these things are anyhow happening. Like this nature, it is a law of nature, guys. This crisis is also the just the symptoms that it is just the warning to human existence. Just guys or human, you have to be ready to fight with anything. You have to be ready to dive inside of us and to understand yourself. Like you have to die one day, but you have to live before you die. Means you have to live the moment before you die. Don't fear for the die. Live the fear. We have to be like fear about I'm living at the moment or not, but we are fear about tomorrow I'm going to die.
Exactly, man. Like
So I want to request everyone, guys, think yourself and be fear if you are living at this moment or not. If you are not living, let's start to live from this moment to start to search and seek from you inside.
exactly, man. Like Nora said, like we have to seek from inside. What we're gonna do? What we have? We have never searched ourselves. We search Google. We search other people.
Exactly.
We look for other people. But what we have to do is at this moment we have to look ourselves. What I was thinking at this point of time is how many times have you been sick till this moment, like normal sick,
I don't think I didn't
like normal fever, normal cough. Now
uh,
at this moment, like from
yeah,
your
one to time, two to one to times.
like many people are going to be sick many times in their lifetime. What at this moment is happening is Earth is being sick, little bit sick,
Yeah, exactly.
and what we are doing is, oh, it's gonna die. No, no.
Yeah,
There is cure, there is cure, and what you have to do is just give the time to the Earth. Like what the Earth is
exactly.
doing is, it's getting sick, little bit sick from us,
Hmm.
and what is doing is, it's gonna come back for sure. But
And
we don't have to be fearful about this.
yes, exactly. One, there are two things: being fearful and being aware. Two things, isn't it? So,
Exactly.
what is happening at the moment is what we did before. This is all the result. What our we act, why we acted means this is the result of our behavior. We are being really wild than that of wild animals, guys. So this is the result of our wildness. This is the result of our fearness. Like we are being fearful and we are not being aware. We are being fear. We have to be aware of living the life at the moment and living the life with very good way, without impacting any other creatures in this universe. Every creature in the universe has the rights to live. What we are doing is we are like grabbing the we are that's like we are grabbing their rights also. It means human are being more wilder than the animals, and this is the result of our wilderness. So again, I am saying again, Bone and me are saying that this is the best time to realize ourselves, to discover ourselves, and this is the best time to for the self-realization. Just like we have to understand ourselves. What do you want to say, Bone?
Man, like we have to, we haven't understood us yet, and we are looking for other things to understand. Like we are looking to understand other people, other animals, other planets, but what we are not understanding is ourselves. We have that conversation many times, many times in
Yeah,
the end. I was just thinking like, why people are looking for other things when they can't find themselves. What we
exactly,
are doing at this moment is, when we are born, like we don't even have a time to realize what we're gonna do.
exactly.
There is everything pre-planned, everything. There is, like it's like a robot. Like when you're gonna born, you have to do this. You have to pass this class.
Mhm.
Until you become 15 years, you have to do this. Until you become 21 years, you have to get a job. You have to get married. Man, everything is pre-planned.
Exactly.
Have you ever thought about like going just extra mile from what's happening at this moment? Just thinking outside the box, what's happening at this moment? And this crisis is the what? Like which people are being affected by this crisis at this moment? The mainly the people who are just following what they have thought, like getting job, like everything. This crisis has taught us is like we have to just think outside box. Think
Exactly.
what we are
Exactly.
changing our belief system.
I want to say something about this. Like if any one of us who is listening us or who is watching us, like if any one of us is worried about these situations, they are just limited. If I'm worried about by these situations, I'm limited. Means like the persons who is worried is the persons who was limited by his job, who was limited by his health, who was limited by this, like some bucks in a day. But if we are really aware of our life, we have to seek from outside. And what I mean is, we are not limited, guys. We are not limited, and these situations can even cannot limit us. If our belief system is unlimited, if our belief system is so powerful, we can win every situations. We can win this crisis. We can win these situations, and we can take this situation, the best situations ever in our life. So let's move forward. Like let's move beyond our limit. Let's make these situations very happy situations. And like one, I think we're in this session now, and we want to add something like how Bhuvan and me are by Bhuvan and me leading these situations and making our daily habits in a daily manner. Like we are in the same room and we are making our room very kind of like a divine place. Like we are planning differently. Isn't it?
Like what we talk about our in first podcast or second podcast, what we talk is we have to be grateful to the things that we have.
Yes.
And at this moment, we don't have to worry about the things what we don't have.
Exactly.
What we have to be grateful is what things we have, what we can do, what we can learn. Many people at this point of time might be thinking like what I have lost, what I have, like what I don't have. But you have to be grateful to the things that what you have at this moment, point of time. You have to utilize them. You have to use them. Like you have everything at this moment. Utilize it, and after the crisis gonna end, you will be the
Best person.
best person that you can ever imagine. At this point of crisis, either you can be the worst person that ever you realized, and you can be the best ever person that you ever realized.
And this is the best time, like chicken baby coming from the egg, like this is the best time. It's the covering of situation of crisis, but if we build strong from inside of that egg cover, when we when the crisis went away, will go away, we will just come out as a powerful persons, as a powerful chicken baby.
Exactly.
Like
It's not
so,
about like
so inside that covering of egg, what we have to do, what that chicken baby have to do to be strong and to break that cover to come outside is that comes from the mentality, that comes from the belief system. And so what we are doing at the moment to build our mentality, to build our belief system, to resist these situations, to become powerful from our inner side as that chicken baby, is we have to read book, we have to do something better than that before, like listening some audios, good audios, and watching some good speakers on the YouTube, and making this kind of things. We can share our ideas, reading
exactly,
books,
man. Many people can share their ideas, like what they are thinking at this point of time. If you have given the example of egg and
Chicken
baby, what I was thinking is there is a crisis at this moment.
Uh-huh.
If you are broke by that crisis, then the chicken baby doesn't gonna come from inside.
Adaptive.
It's like the omelette gonna be.
Yes.
We are
We are going to be omelette.
We are going to be omelette if the external situation break us.
Break us.
What if internal situation? We just break the crisis. We just break that
covering up.
and what's gonna come out of that
Chicken
crisis is chicken baby. So we have to be chicken baby at this moment.
Just be ready to be chicken baby.
Be ready to be chicken baby and
Just read the books every day, listen to some audios every day.
you were seeing the guitar, like you can utilize this time.
Yes, to
playing
enjoy,
guitar.
And this morning time use as an exercise, yoga, meditations. Just I think one and me will, our room will come in a yoga process also soon.
Exactly, man. Like we can utilize this point of time, like as you are saying, sharing some ideas with other
Exactly.
people. What we can do is like learn few things,
Yes,
connect to people, positive people, man. Don't connect to negative people. There are so much negative people.
95%, man.
Man, don't talk to people who is who are saying corona, like they are the bad people. Just you don't have to realize bad, like they are the bad people, like they are like many people are using this time to build their business.
Exactly.
Many people, man. Few times back there was one Indian shop near me. It used to it has been opening like 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock, but nowadays like it's open till 2 o'clock, man. Its business is booming at this point of time. They don't care about our health. What they care about is their business. So be chicken baby and come back stronger. It's not about how we fall. It's about how much we can get up from that.
Exactly. And at last, this is all about your and our choice. What we want to be. We want to be chicken baby or we want to be omelette, guys. And for that, if we want to be omelette, we have to be worried, and we have to we have to go through the situation. Just I'm gonna die, and situation will push from outside, and we will gonna be an omelette. And if we want to be a chicken baby and live a healthy life after this crisis, we have to build that power from our inside,
So
by maintaining and making new habits from.
so you can break the crisis, man.
Yes.
Just be stronger, man. Be grateful to the things that you have at this moment,
Exactly.
and you will realize you will come back more stronger than you were ever, man.
Yes.
So
Yes, guys.
be stronger. Be grateful to the things that you have, guys. We are stronger at this point now. We are shaking hands, man, because we are we are not afraid of the situation.
and choose to be happy, choose to live a healthy life, and choose to live a
And
healthy life
what's-
financially.
What's the main thing is, as Nora says, make good choices. Talk with good people only, man. choose everything that you can
in a good way.
in a good way.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.